So now we're talking about face control. So the club face, the orientation of a club face in your hand is it sits like this. Sits in my right hand like that, sits in my left hand like this. So there's the face. Now I'm going to use this big club so you can kind of see what we're trying to do to make the ball curve. So if I put my right hand, it's sitting like that. Now if I all of a sudden want the ball to go lower than this club's designed to hit it, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take loft off. So that would take loft off, which put more angle in my right wrist. If I want to hit it higher, I'd add loft. If I want to curve the ball to the left, if I want to curve the ball to the right. Now my left hand, when I do this, fits on the hosel here because I have my left hand in the position we talked about relative to grip. So if I go through those again now, so if I want to hit it lower, this is going to be further forward. If I want to hit it higher, it's going to be back. If I want it to curve left, I want it to curve right. So basically, that's what my hands are doing to control the face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit a couple of shots. We're going to hit a draw, hit a fade, hit a straight ball. We're going to use our hands and feel how we're controlling the face with the grip that you now have. So now we're going to come up, we get set up, we've got our grip. Now we're going to take the club back, and we're going to come into the ball, and we're going to turn the face down a little so the ball curves to the left. Now we're going to come up to one and set up. We're going to go back, and when we come into the ball this time, our hands are going to have the club face open, so the ball's going to go to the right. This one, we're going to set up square, and we're going to go back and come right back to square. Again, remember now, as we take the club back, as we come into the ball, we're going to turn the face down, so the ball's going to curve to the left. Now this one, we're going to take the club back, or we're going to come in where the face is aimed to the right, so the ball's going to curve to the right. So remember now, on this one, we're going to hit it straight. So we take the club back, we're going to come down, the club face is going to come right back to where we started, and the ball's going to go straight. Whoever controls the face the best wins at every level. What these tour players have is an unbelievable amount of connection between their hands and the club face. So most of you have never even practiced that. I can't believe how many people show up and I ask them to do this and practice it. And I say, have you ever practiced that? No. I hit those shots, but not on command. Well, that's the point. You want to be able to make the ball go where you want it to go. So if you just spend some time, once you get your grip and you start getting control of the face control is the game. It's like edge control in skiing determines how fast you can go. Racket control in tennis determines how fast you can play the ball. In baseball, it's all about the bat control, the hand-eye coordination to hit something determines what speed a ball you can hit. So with this, if you don't have any face control, you can do a lot of other things really well and you still can't play. You get really good face control, even if your swing doesn't look that great, you can play and beat a lot of people. So spend a lot of time on face control. This question comes to us from Casey Elkins 1. And he says when he started out by strengthening his grip a little bit, what happened was when he strengthened his grip and he hit it, he fought the hooks a little bit. And so what he started doing is he started to work the club face a little bit more. All of a sudden now he's gotten into a slight push fade. He says, very frustrating. Well, let's talk about what happens. So where you had your grip before, so if most of you had a kind of a weak grip, or what I'd call a weak grip, the industry calls it neutral, where when your left arm gets pulled on, the face opens, and so then you have to add a lot of this rotation in your arms, okay? So now you go back and you come down, and now you're having to add a lot of rotation. Now as soon as you get your grip over where I'd like to see it, all of a sudden you don't have to rotate as much of your forearms. But you go ahead and you make a swing and you do it anyway. So you hit hooks. So then you start to learn as you come into the ball how your arms work, and you start to learn, okay, now I come in, my right arm's pushing, this one's hitting this way, so we're hitting like this. We don't have to have a lot of twist and bow your left wrist and turn your arms over. So we come in, we use those levers and we hit, and then as we release the club, or as it passes our hands work this way. Now here's what happens to a lot of people, especially if they've hit hooks before. The push part, you start coming into the ball and you're so afraid you're going to hook it that you hit the ball and you kind of you chase the ball out to the right. You're afraid to let the club swing around to the left because you're afraid the ball's going to go there. So the typical thing that happens, somebody who's hooking it, all of a sudden they stop using their hands. So they stop letting the club or their hands actually work, and they hold off the face, and that turns into push fades. The key is we want to hit the ball as hard as we can and let the club go. Let your hands work. You got to let the club, if you want to call it release, re-lever. So you've got to let it go. You just don't want to turn the face down. And the club has to swing around to the left. The way a lot of people fight a hook again is they come into the ball and they hold the face off and they try to do this to keep the club face from turning down. Once your hands start working correctly, you can swing around to the left again. I can hit the ball, and once I hit the ball, I can swing around to the left as hard as I want to go. Whoa. And I'm not going to hit a pull hook because the face isn't turning down. So you just offset the hook by hanging on a little bit. Now you got your hands working, go ahead and swing around to the left.